Imagine standing on an ancient battlefield, the ground trembling beneath your feet. Before you, a wall of shields approaches, marching in perfect unison, spears bristling like a deadly forest. The enemy's fate is sealed. This was the power of the Roman phalanx, a military formation so disciplined and formidable, it helped shape the destiny of empires. But how exactly did this unstoppable force work, and why did it dominate for centuries? Stick around, because today, we're diving deep into the secrets behind the Roman phalanxes and their unmatched mastery in warfare. The Roman army was renowned for its discipline, tactics, and unparalleled ability to conquer. At the heart of its military success lay formations like the phalanx, an ancient method of warfare adopted and refined by the Romans. But the story of the Roman phalanx isn't just one of brute strength, it's one of innovation, teamwork, and an understanding of strategy that would outclass many of their enemies for centuries. This formation wasn't just a way of fighting. It was a symbol of Roman unity, power, and resilience. From the early Roman Republic to the height of the empire, phalanxes played a crucial role in battles that shaped the ancient world. Whether they faced barbarian hordes, rival empires, or insurrections, the Romans relied on the sheer strength of their military formations to prevail. But the phalanx was more than just a way to engage in combat, it was an art form perfected over centuries. An evolution of ancient tactics that made Roman unstoppable juggernaut. But there's so much more to the story. How did this formation evolve? Why was it so effective? And how did it compare to other methods of warfare at the time? By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of how the Roman phalanx became a cornerstone of Rome's military power, and why its legacy continues to be studied today. You might be wondering, what made the Roman phalanx so different from other battle formations of the ancient world? Well, we're about to explore not just the mechanics of the phalanx, but the real strategies behind it, the human element, the tactical brilliance, and even its weaknesses. By the end of this video, you'll gain insights into how ancient Roman soldiers functioned as one cohesive unit, and how this unity transformed them into one of the most effective fighting machines in history. Plus, you'll find out how the Roman phalanx ultimately gave way to new innovations, setting the stage for modern warfare tactics. So buckle up, because the story of the Roman phalanx is about to unfold. The concept of the phalanx didn't begin with the Romans. It originated in ancient Greece, where heavily armed hoplites formed ranks and fought in close order. The Greeks, particularly in the city-state of Sparta, perfected the phalanx and made it a terrifying force on the battlefield. When Rome was still a young city, Greek influence was widespread in the Mediterranean, and the Romans, being pragmatic learners, adopted the phalanx from the Greek model. The early Roman Republic used a version of this formation. Their soldiers, or legionaries, were heavily armed with shields and spears, grouped together in tight rows. The purpose of the phalanx was straightforward: present a solid, impenetrable front of shields while thrusting spears at the enemy in disciplined waves. However, the Roman phalanx was not merely a carbon copy of the Greek one. Over time, it was adapted to suit Rome's needs and environment. What made the phalanx so intimidating was its simplicity combined with discipline. Imagine hundreds of soldiers, packed tightly in formation, shields locked together, spears pointed forward. The first few rows of soldiers would engage with the enemy directly, while those behind them provided reinforcement. If a soldier fell, someone from the back ranks will immediately step forward, keeping the line intact. At its core, the phalanx was designed to function as one organism. There was no room for individual heroism. Instead, every soldier was trained to act in unison with the others. The key was in the coordination, not just the raw strength of the individuals. Each soldier relied on his comrade to protect his side and back, making the group more effective than any one warrior on his own. Discipline was at the heart of the Roman army's success. Soldiers were drilled continuously, learning to move, stop, and strike as a unit. Every legionary knew his place in the formation and was conditioned to follow orders without hesitation. This unwavering discipline is what allowed the phalanx to remain effective, even when facing overwhelming odds. The Roman generals, or commanders, played a key role in maintaining this discipline. Before battles, rigorous training exercises were held, with soldiers practicing their formation drills repeatedly. And on the battlefield, strict obedience was enforced, with dire consequences for those who broke ranks. This unity of purpose and discipline transformed the Roman army into a fighting force that could take on almost any enemy, from well-organized forces to chaotic barbarian hordes. The Roman phalanx was powerful, but it had its limitations. For example, it was less effective in rough terrain, where maintaining tight formation became difficult. The Romans, however, were not ones to cling to outdated tactics. By the time of the late Roman Republic and early Empire, they had evolved their military strategies to be more flexible. The Roman legion became the core of their army, replacing the phalanx in many situations. Legions were more adaptable than the rigid phalanx. While the phalanx relied on sheer strength and discipline, legions were divided into smaller, more maneuverable units called cohorts. This allowed the Roman army to fight effectively in a variety of terrains and against different types of enemies. But even as the legion became the dominant force, elements of the phalanx, such as the tight formation and disciplined cooperation, remained integral to Roman military tactics. To understand why the Roman phalanx was so successful, it's important to compare it to other contemporary battle formations. The Greek hoplite phalanx, for example, was a slower, more defensive formation. While it could hold ground effectively, it wasn't as adaptable as the Roman version, which incorporated more movement and offensive capabilities. The barbarian tribes that Rome faced, such as the Gauls or Germans, often fought in looser, more chaotic formations. These groups relied on individual bravery and shock tactics rather than discipline. In contrast, the Roman phalanx maintained its structure even under heavy attack, allowing the Romans to absorb and counter strikes with deadly precision. The Roman phalanx didn't rely on one hero, but on the collective strength of every soldier acting as one. As effective as the Roman phalanx was, it eventually became less common as military technology and tactics evolved. One key reason for its decline is the advent of more mobile and varied forms of warfare. The introduction of cavalry and the use of missile troops made tightly packed formations like the phalanx vulnerable. Moreover, as Rome expanded, it faced enemies with different methods of combat, requiring a more flexible approach. The phalanx, while powerful in some situations, could be outmaneuvered by lighter, faster forces. Over time, the Roman legions became more versatile, able to adapt to different battle conditions, while still retaining the discipline and structure that made the phalanx so formidable. The Roman phalanx was more than just a battle formation, it was a symbol of unity, discipline, and military precision. While it may have been replaced by more adaptable tactics as time went on, its impact on Roman warfare and its role in shaping the empire's early success cannot be overstated. The phalanx taught the Romans the value of collective effort, and it's a testament to their military genius that this formation, originally borrowed from the Greeks, became a cornerstone of Rome's rise to power. From the early republic to the peak of the empire, the Roman phalanx served its purpose, helping the legions dominate the ancient battlefield. And while it may not have lasted forever, its legacy still resonates in military history to this day. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more captivating content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.